Hi, welcome back to Devil's Advocate. I'm Tracey McLean-Low, your host, and today we're going to be talking about the dark money, the money behind the faces of politics. And we're going to start off, considering the timing of this event, with the French election and Marine Le Pen, who is far right-wing. Here she is shaking hands with Vladimir Putin. And she's very pro-Russia, very pro-Putin, very anti-EU, and she's up for election tomorrow, in fact, in France. And one has to wonder why she's even up for election if the money that she's taking is straight from a Russian bank, and that's to fund her campaign. News reports are saying that she has had to destroy millions of flyers advertising her preference for Putin and authoritarianism over democracy. We have to go right back to 2016 and the BREXIT debacle to really get a look at this good, dark money that is funding these people. In 2016, or a little earlier than that, this particular person, as one can see, is a Brexit MP who worked for Cambridge Analytica. Now, Cambridge Analytica was the one who fiddled all the figures that gave us the great Brexit lie. You know, we weren't better without the EU. In fact, we have been left with a typical debacle in the UK at the moment, having left the EU. And who have we got pictured here, tied to all of this, is Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, Farage. I think that's Banks. Yeah, he banked a couple of billion after the whole Leave EU debacle went through. And I do believe that this gentleman maybe of a Russian or possibly, anyway, I'm not quite sure who this gentleman is, but dark money funded Leave EU. Well done, Britain, for being very foolish. Now, for one more moment, we go back to Russia. How many of these top Russian tycoons have got all of the Russian taxpayer billions stuck in other countries? UK, USA, Dubai, and that's just the beginning. Our business dealings. We've got Abramovich. Oh yes, and he owns Chelsea. Uber, $200 million. And these are our Russian friends funding our businesses, our sporting events, taking us over slowly as we go. Then after that, we have the BRICS nations, being Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now, of these countries, you'll probably find that they recently abstained from voting against Russia because they have trading agreements with them. Other countries have got to hold themselves neutral so that Putin and Russia, and I'm going to say Putin, so Putin can go in, raid their space, tell them what to do, dictate to them, and still try and call themselves a democracy. We know why all of this is going on. We understand this. And we have to really, really consider what it is we think that we are looking at with all these people shaking hands. This is the president of Brazil. This is Xi Jinping and Putin. We have others. There are plenty of others. And of course, let's not forget our American friends who are quite fond of them as well. Meet the pro-Russian Republican conservatives. And that's just a few of them. We understand Ukraine and Russia have had ties over hundreds of years. That doesn't give Russia the right to go in and try and take what is not theirs anymore. Probably never was theirs. They've just been fighting over it for so long. Putin believes that regardless of what Ukraine wants, Ukraine is part of Russia. But when the Belarus troops pull out because they're supposed to be neutral, yes, Mr. Putin, you're not supposed to be sending in neutral countries' military to help in your war. And that's just the dark money. That's before we even go anywhere else. So we have all this money filtering around through the world, and we wonder how Putin is going to continue his war if we put all these sanctions on. We're not going to pay for his oil. We're not letting his ships dock anywhere. And yes, we are arresting ships as we speak. And then we go on to a whole different conversation. The super yachts. But for now, I will leave you there. This is Devil's Advocate, and I will see you back shortly in part 2.